After 11 long years, an Air Jordan 4 Classic returns in 2023 at the peak of the Air Jordan 4 popularity. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming 2023 Air Jordan 4 Thunder. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to Poison for supporting the channel. Poison is a marketplace for streetwear and sneakers. It has over 5 categories of products and 350 plus brands. So really, no matter what you're looking for, they'll have you covered. Poison also has an online verification service called Poison Verified, where you can get authentication results of things like sneakers, streetwear, apparels, and watches within 24 hours. Their authentication service is currently free after a first-time share, but this offer won't last forever. Poison Verified is a really great way to get your sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and watches checked out. So if you guys are looking for a service to authenticate those things, Poison Verified really does have you covered. I actually grabbed this pair of Air Jordan 1 neutral grays from Poison for a really solid price. They ship quickly, and this is a pair of shoes that I've wanted for a while. I actually had a pair about 6 months ago. For some reason I decided against keeping it, and then I realized, what am I doing? I need another pair. And really, most of the products sold on Poison are priced competitively, so if you're looking to stay on trend, you can do that through Poison without breaking the bank. I really like Poison. It's a solid marketplace where you can find all of the latest styles and trends for a really solid price. You can also get your stuff verified if that's what you guys are looking to do. So if you want to check out Poison for yourself, make sure to click the link at the top of the description below. And once again, huge thank you to Poison for sponsoring today's video. So the 2023 Air Jordan 4 Thunder officially releases on May 13th, 2023 for a retail price of $210. And like I was saying at the beginning of the video, it makes sense that Jordan Brand is bringing back this shoe now when the Air Jordan 4 is as popular as it's ever been. So this is actually the second time that the Jordan 4 Thunders have retroed. They last retroed in 2012, and they first released back in 2006 alongside the Air Jordan 4 Lightnings exclusively on Jumpman23.com. And what's nice about this release is that unlike the 2012 pair, this shoe is much closer to the actual original 2006 release. The 2012 pair, while the colorway was the same, actually was a slightly different shape. This time around though, Jordan Brand is keeping things a lot closer to the original in terms of the actual shape of the shoe and obviously the colorway of the shoe, which is definitely a breath of fresh air. Jordan Brand has this annoying tendency to take classic colorways and reimagine them or redesign them in ways that are close to the original but not exactly the same. And that can definitely be frustrating, but it seems like in the case of the Thunder 4s, they decided to keep things the same. But before we dive any deeper into the sneaker itself, let's first take a look at the box. So this pair of 4s comes with a flip-top box, which is a little bit different than some of the more recent Air Jordan 4 boxes. The primary color on the box is this matte black, accented by this gloss black splatter print, which I actually think gives the box a nice dimension, especially when you hold it in a certain light. It really catches those splatters, which I think is a nice touch. And then of course you've got the flight text on the top of the box that comes in white with the Jumpman in the center in bright yellow, creating the eye. And then on one end of the box you've got the size tag. I grabbed a size 9, which is my true size, and the official colorway of this shoe is black, white, or yellow. One other detail about the box is that the interior comes in bright yellow. It's sort of a hidden detail, kind of like the bright yellow hits on the actual shoe itself. While they're not hidden, they're not the primary color on the shoe. They're sort of more of an accent in the same way that the inside of this box is an accent. I think it's a nice touch. But speaking of the shoe itself, as you can see, the upper of this shoe comes in primarily a synthetic black nubuck material. Now I've got to say that while it is nice that there doesn't seem to be a lot of glue stains on this sneaker, one thing that did happen when my shoe was in the box is that it must have rubbed on something. Both sides of the pair actually rubbed on something right near the top of the toe, because there was like this white, I don't know, like almost like dust up there, which I kind of had to rub back and forth with my finger until it went away. It's still sort of there. You can still see like a little ghost image of where it used to be. It kind of sucks to pull your brand new shoe out of the box and see that there's this white crap on the toe. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. It came off pretty much. So I don't know, maybe it's something that'll happen to a lot of people, maybe it won't. I guess we'll just have to wait and see until people get their pairs in hand. If you guys grab a pair early or even on release day and you guys have this problem, send me a picture through Twitter or through Instagram at @RealSethFowler. I'd love to see how widespread of a problem this actually is. Or if it's a problem at all. It's possible that my pair was the only pair with this sort of white crap on the toe. So like I said, starting off from the toe of the sneaker, both on the mudguard and on the actual toe of the shoe, you've got the synthetic black nubuck. Continuing up on the shoe, you've got this classic Air Jordan 4 black netting, and just underneath that, you've got this bright yellow hit with the mesh that covers the tongue. Now I'm not gonna get into the naming of the shoe. I always thought Thunder was kind of a dumb name for a pair of sneakers that featured a bright yellow hit, because Thunder doesn't have a color. That's Lightning, but there's already a Lightning 4. So I understand what they were doing there, but it's always bothered me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I guess thunderstorm colors is essentially what this is. But either way, I think this yellow hit is a very nice accent to the shoe. It really creates this huge pop of color, even more so than the red thunders it released last year or the year before. Obviously that shoe was based on this shoe, and the only real difference was that this shoe features yellow instead of red. But I definitely prefer this yellow. Maybe it's just because I've known about this shoe for decades, and this is always the shoe that I think of when I think of Thunder 4s, but I don't know, I prefer the yellow. Actually, let me know in the comment section down below which one of the shoes you prefer, whether it's the Thunder 4s or the red Thunder 4s. I'd love to know your thoughts. But moving up even farther on the shoe, you've got these flat black laces that come pre-laced in the sneaker, and of course you've got more bright yellow accents towards the bottom of the shoe, and you've also got this black nubuck eye stay. Now, one detail I really like about this lacing area of the shoe is that the edges of the eye stay actually come in this bright yellow, almost like a streak of lightning. I think that's a really nice detail. And then towards the top of the tongue, you've got more of that synthetic black nubuck, and in the center of the tongue, you've got this black patch with this white Jumpman logo and the yellow flight text. On this pair of 4s, the sock liner on the back of the tongue comes in bright matching yellow. And then of course, because this is a pair of 4s, you've got the upside down Air Jordan tag right there, because people used to wear their Jordan 4s with the tongue out so you could see the Air Jordan text the right way up. That's something that people don't really do anymore, but that's a detail that Jordan brand has kept consistent on Jordan 4s. And it's also something that they really tried to emphasize on the Union LA 4s with that flip down tongue. So cool detail, cool piece of history, but it's definitely not something that most people do when they're wearing their 4s anymore. The rest of the sock liner of the shoe comes in black, so does the insole of the shoe, and of course you've got your Jumpman logo printed on the heel in white. But now we get into sizing and fit of the Thunder 4s, and in my opinion, this shoe fits true to size. For me, it fits just like every other pair of Air Jordan 4s, especially the 4s in my collection. However, if you are a wide footer, I'm more of a narrow footed person, it may not hurt to go up half a size if you have like toe scrunching issues, but it's very possible that if you're watching my videos, you've probably worn a pair of 4s before, so you probably know what your Air Jordan 4 size is. However, with that being said, if you have a chance to try on a pair of 4s before you buy this shoe, make sure to do that to make sure that you're grabbing the right size for you. But again, if it were me, I would say go true to size and you should be fine. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was wearing the upcoming Pretty Much Broke sock in the on-foot portion of this video. We're actually dropping an entire collection of Pretty Much Broke socks, 4 different colorways. We've got 2 different shades of green. Of course, they're money themed. We've got a blue and we've got a black and white. And as always, we have the incredibly popular Pretty Much Broke hat and Pretty Much Broke hoodies. So the socks officially drop this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time on apothecary.com. However, you can grab the hoodie both in black and in this sage green color, and also the Pretty Much Broke hat right now on apothecary.com. And seriously, the socks look incredible with this pair of shoes. It's crazy. I didn't think they would match that well, but because you got the white on the tongue and the white in the heel, it just ties together so nicely. Continuing back in the shoe, you've got more of that synthetic black nubuck, and then in the midfoot of the shoe, you've got that classic Air Jordan 4 window with the black netting, and just beneath that, you've got the bright Thunder yellow. Behind that, you've got this black Air Jordan 4 wing, which features another yellow hit towards the top of the wing where you weave the laces through. And then moving around to the heel of the sneaker, you've got your black Air Jordan 4 pull tab with your white 3D Jumpman rounding off the look. Moving down on the sneaker to the midsole, you've got these bright Thunder yellow hits that come in a satin or almost, I guess, matte finish. Of course, accenting the yellow, you've got this glossy black rubber that wraps up onto the midsole of the shoe. And then in terms of comfort, you've got your visible air unit in the heel, and then also a covered up air unit in the forefoot. The shoe itself is not incredibly comfortable. It's just a standard pair of Air Jordan 4s. It's not gonna blow your mind. It's not like the SBs, which even though they are missing the air unit in the forefoot of the shoe, I think the material that they used in the midsole was a little bit softer because those shoes were incredibly comfortable. This shoe is just kind of your standard pair of 4s. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. It's just, more of the same. And then finally moving to the bottom of the shoe, you've got this black rubber outsole accented by a white Jumpman in the midfoot and a yellow hit in the forefoot. I'm really happy that Jordan brand decided to bring back the Thunder 4s. It's a shoe that I think is underappreciated by a lot of the newer sneaker fans out there. People who weren't around or people who weren't interested in sneakers back in 2012 when these shoes last released. In some ways, it's kind of a polarizing colorway because this yellow can be difficult to match with, but when you think about all the sneaker history that goes into this shoe and the fact that this colorway is a great colorway for summer, I think this shoe is going to be crazy popular. I mean, just look at the red Thunder 4s, a shoe which in my opinion is nowhere near as clean as this shoe. That shoe is surprisingly popular, and again, I think this is the better version of that shoe. Of course, it's the original version of this shoe, so in my opinion, this shoe is going to fly off shelves. But with all that being said, I would love to know your thoughts on the upcoming Thunder 4s and whether you're planning to grab a pair of these for yourself. So make sure to let me know your thoughts in that comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.